What's up, everyone? It's your host, Ghost, coming to you live with another wonderful video. How's everyone doing? Doing today? Oh, I am freezing my ass off today. It's cold. Ooh. I need to buy a heater for down here. It's wintertime. Which I'll probably do sometime this week. I'll buy myself a heater. But yeah, it's cold. Oh, terrible. So man, it feels like forever since I've been on here to do a video. I don't know why. So how's everyone doing today? Oh, I'm all right. I'm tired per usual. So again, it's nothing fucking new at this point. I swear to God, I'm always fucking tired. So I got a few things that I want to talk about today. So we're gonna watch the heated debate that happened between Vincent O'Shana and Stephen Schmidt, the founder of the Lincoln Project. They got into a heated debate over January 6th, comparing it to 9/11. Stephen Schmidt, I've seen like a little bit of it. He just sounded like a fucking moron. So, but we'll watch it. We'll watch it in full. Get a good reaction of it. And then, sorry about that. And then Democrat Jamal Bowman pulled a fire alarm, a felony, by the way, to delay the congressional vote to fund the government. He was then arrested shortly after. I thought I had one of him being arrested. Okay, I don't think I have a video. Maybe I'll try and look it up while I watch. Anyways, so we'll take a look at that, and we'll look at some comments about it. And then Trump suggested to shoot shoplifters during a GOP California speech. So we'll look at that. We'll see what he actually said. Because, even though it's Fox News, and I want, media doesn't always report shit right. So we'll check, see if he's right. If he is, then we'll maybe provide some commentary. And then speaking of shooting people, a delivery driver was acquitted by a jury for the shooting of a YouTube prankster. I've watched the video. I think it's justified. And so we'll watch the video, give my take on it. And then finally, a teenager was arrested with a violent home invasion crew, and pretty much showed, and this was in Seattle, and it pretty much shows the entitlement these leftist policies have given criminals. And I just found that interesting. So let's get into it. So like I said, we'll check that out. Before I get into it, make sure you like and follow me on Rumble and YouTube. And you check out my gaming channel, with Ghost. This is rumble.com/gamingwithghost. That's my Rumble channel for my gaming channel. So check me out there. But first, of course, follow me here on my daily show, Monday through Friday. But yeah, check out my gaming channel. I will be playing the new Assassin's Creed. I'll probably try and play a little bit this Friday, maybe. But I'll do a full stream of it on Saturday. So check me out. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. My ears. I'll probably periodically pause it and give you my takes. So here we go.
Steve, you lose credibility when you say 2,977 people died is less of an event than one person dying on J6.
That's not.
When you say that, you've already.
That's not. You're manipulating what I said, twisting it. What I said was January 6th was a more severe attack on the United States. September 11th.
So I don't really know how he. Hold on. See what Pat.
That's not. When you say that, you've already. Steve, you lose credibility when you say 2,977 people died is less of an event than one person dying on J6.
That's not.
When you say that, you've already.
That's not. You're manipulating what I said, twisting it. What I said was January 6th was a more severe attack on the United States. September 11th.
I mean, that's based. I don't know. It's the same thing. The only difference really is the attack and the death of. The same thing, basically. Am I crazy here? But all right.
September 11th had more casualties. There's a difference.
How do you measure worse? There's got to be data.
I mean, it's pretty simple to figure out which one's worse. The deaths. I mean, if more people died on 9/11 than January 6th, far more people, by the way, then that's the worst attack.
You said you're a data guy. Data says one event, we lost nearly 3,000 people. One event, we lost one. The average person, they're going to say, of course, 3,000 is going to be worse.
Because I guess I'm counting the 600,000 that died in the American Civil War. And I'm counting the 405,000 that died in the Second World War. And I'm counting the 50,000 that died in the Korean War.
Like, why are you counting these? It has nothing to do with it. Like, none of these wars that you're counting as deaths have anything to do with January 6th.
And I'm counting the 58,000 that died in the Vietnam War. And I'm counting the acts of sacrifice that go back to 1776 that were desecrated on that.
Desecrated? This guy's a fucking idiot. They're not desecrating it. January 6th, look, for all what you think about January 6th, it wasn't a desecration. Okay. They're not desecrating all these soldiers or anything like that. This guy's a fucking moron. In all honesty, in 1776, if the founding fathers thought a vote was stolen or an election was stolen and or it was unfairly determined or whatever, you don't think they would have quote unquote stormed the Capitol? Like, let's really think about this. Do we honestly not believe that if the founding fathers thought an election was stolen or whatever, that they wouldn't have quote unquote stormed the Capitol? The difference between what happened on January 6th and what the founding fathers would have done is the founding fathers would actually had planned, took it over, had a supply chain, had weapons, and had the actual intent to hold the Capitol instead of just at most breaking and entering and taking some funny photos. That's the basics of what happened on January 6th. Like this whole dramatization of January 6th is nothing but political. Like, and it completely is, because you're calling it an insurrection, but these people had no weapons. Okay. The only person to die was a woman, and she was killed by police for climbing through a window. Okay. These people were let in by the Capitol Police, by the way. Like, by them. Like, there was plenty of video footage of them opening doors, and they're saying, yeah, you guys can be here, just, be peaceful, and et cetera, et cetera. So, like, they keep dramatizing January 6th, and January 6th was like, it's been a nothing burger since day fucking one.
That day, incited by a single man who was
incited. I am assuming he's trying to blame Donald Trump. And so he's trying to blame Donald Trump. Let's get into this. Let's see what Donald Trump. All right, let's see what Donald Trump said on January 6th. I'm assuming that's what he's talking about is January 6th, is Donald Trump. I could be wrong. All right, so January 6th, 2021. I'm asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful, no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. This is January 6th as well. Please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on our side. Stay peaceful. All right. So that's what he said. And, you know, he said this too, right here. These scoundrels are only toying with the at St. David Perdue, where the fuck this is. A great guy. Vote. Just didn't want to announce quite yet. They've got as many ballots as are necessary. Rigged election. And on January 6th, well, even Mexico uses voter ID. And then Donald Trump, the states want to redo their votes. They found out they voted on a fraud. Legislators never approved. Let them do it. Be strong. Okay. The Republican Party and, more importantly, our country need the presidency more than ever. The power of the veto. Stay strong. Oh, they just happened to find 50,000 ballots late last night. The U.S. is embarrassed by fools. Our election process is worse than that of third world countries. States want to correct their votes, which they now know were based on irregularities and fraud, plus corrupt processes. Never receive legislative approval. All Mike Pence has to do is send them back to the states, and we win. Do it, Mike. It's time for extreme courage. Sleepy-eyed Chuck Todd is so happy with a fake vote tabulation process that he can't even get the words out straight. Sad to watch. That's all he said on January 6th. None of that, in my opinion, had anything to do with inciting or encouraging to quote-unquote storm the Capitol. In fact, there was a lot of encouragement to be peaceful. How was the Constitution assaulted? I don't Oh, shit, sorry. I hope you.
war. And I'm counting the acts of sacrifice that go back to 1776 that were desecrated on that day, incited by a single man.
Again, we just looked through all the tweets on January 6th. How was any of that incitement?
Who assaulted the Constitution.
Actually, everything he said was do this within the bound of the law. That's what everything he said was.
Constitution of the United States. We were attacked by a foreign enemy on September 11th of 2001. The casualties were horrendous, as they were on December 7th of 1941. But the attack on January 6th was more severe also than the attack on Pearl Harbor.
Well,
so the attack on January 6th was more severe. How? Again, January 6th is, if you break it down to the basics, breaking and entering by a bunch of people. And that's if that really. Like people who crawled through the windows and like broke in maybe, but like the people that were let in by the Capitol Police, it's not breaking in or anything. This guy's
would call it attack, but from the videos that we saw, Steve, from Twitter and just undercover cameras, it didn't look like an attack. If
What
somebody
are you talking about?
I'm just talking about all the videos that we've seen, the undercover.
What do you mean all the videos?
All the videos on Twitter.
Well,
all the videos
on Twitter.
Yeah, hold on.
Are you guys gonna really sit here and fucking tell me that the attack on January 6th
This was an attack.
didn't happen? That the violence, the bludgeoning of the police officers,
hold on,
because of some bullshit on Twitter. Here we go. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll give you Steve, I'll give you my opinion, and then you could talk. First of all, it's
not an opinion.
Hold on.
It's absolutely an opinion. You're calling January 6th a more severe attack than attacks on the United States by a foreign power that killed far more people. Yes, it's a complete opinion.
It's a bullshit conspiracy.
I'm not only a fucking New Yorker, I'm a veteran. For you, time out. Yeah. My sister's a veteran, my brother's a veteran, he's a veteran. For you to listen to me, for you to say that January 6th compared to 9/11 that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Hold on, let me finish. Number one, it wasn't an attack. It looked like a guided tour. Okay, that's what it.
Yeah,
you're fucking nut.
Are you? Yeah, you fucking ain't right. I am. It was a guided fucking tour.
A guided tour.
There's several videos of police letting the protesters in. There's several videos. The police just letting them in. Say, yeah, come in. This is your house too. Come on, come in. And then, calls for peacefulness. Even that weird dude with the horns was like, just be peaceful.
A guy beating the cops.
What?
With all the violence.
Who died?
Okay. Let's ask this. You should. I hope you asked them this. Let's ask. What was, more severe, January 6th or the riots of BLM? Which was more severe? Those were far more violent, killed far more people than January 6th ever did. It's a fucking fool.
Who died? Ashley Babbitt, a veteran, they fucking shot. The Capitol Police shot her ass. Where the fuck is that guy getting in trouble? You're just upset because Donald Trump said, you know what? They probably cheated. You don't think he has a leg to stand on that they fucking did it in 2016? Hillary, Russia, FBI, colluded. Are you how are we fucking crazy, Steve? How are we crazy?
I mean, this is going to be on video. So, I mean, you're going to speak for yourself.
No, I'm going to speak for myself. Yeah. 19 terrorists took 4 commercial flights, crashed them in the World Trade, crashed them in the Pentagon, did all that. Yeah. Okay, and you're saying that, and we've lost, by the way, for how many decades of wars, we've lost over 1 million people from the Iraq War, which is all bullshit, all a lie. 1 million people.
We lost 1 million Americans in the Iraq War?
No, we lost. We killed people because we said there was weapons of mass destruction. We lied. Bush lied. Oh yeah, there's weapons of mass destruction there. There was no weapons of mass.
I don't know if necessarily it was Bush who lied. It was more the people giving him the intelligence that lied. I wouldn't really blame Bush on it unless he knew. And look, I have not dived that deep into the Iraq War or anything like that, so I could be 100% wrong. I totally am willing to accept that I am wrong, but I don't remember seeing anything that showed that Bush knew that everything was bullshit and he still went with it anyways. That's all I'm saying.
That's the structure, but we were like, oh, we changed the name since we're here, enduring freedom, which is bullshit. Okay, so as a veteran, as an American, as a New Yorker, for you to say that one day compared to that is absolutely absurd, Steve. I understand that you love this country. I'm not questioning your patriotism, but the hate for one guy because he loves this country so much.
He loves the country.
Bullshit. He does.
God, you're a fool.
How am I a fool? You have Trump derangement syndrome. You just hate him.
No, that's 100% true. All it is I really hate Donald Trump, so I'm gonna just blame him for everything. It's what basically boils down to. I totally agree with Vincent O'Shea.
You are taken in by a con man.
No, I'm not. I guess
he loves the country. Trump loves the country.
You damn right he does.
Yeah, of course he loves the country. That's why he ran for president.
He's been saying it since the 80s, 90s on Letterman and all these shows.
He's a guy on September 11th who went down, said he was down there. He wasn't. He's a guy.
How about all the times that fucking Biden says he was somewhere and wasn't? Like, And I think I don't know, whatever.
Called in on a radio. He said, "Now I got the tallest building in Lower Manhattan."
Oh, God forbid to have some humor on some, terrible day. People cope with humor. God forbid someone has some humor.
He's a guy who lied about Muslims cheering it in New Jersey from Jersey City. He is a con man. He is a liar. And that you have fallen for this bullshit.
I'm not falling for anything, Steve.
Please.
Steve, how about this, Steve? It didn't have to be Trump. What I love is that this dude sacrificed everything to pull back a curtain and tell the regular American.
What did Donald Trump sacrifice?
Time out. Guess
what? Did Donald Trump sacrifice?
His career, he could go to prison. He could go to prison for what you guys want for the rest of his life.
Shouldn't have broken the law.
Steve.
What law did Donald Trump broke? Nothing he's done is actually breaking the law. Like in Georgia, yeah, I'm criticizing, the election. Yeah, I don't believe it was fair. I think, something happened there. Okay. Nothing there. The classified documents. Well, there's an argument that if, the president removes something, because the president has ultimate authority on declassifications. And, just because there's a traditional way of doing it doesn't necessarily mean that's the only way to do it. And there's an argument that a president just simply taking something out of the office or out of the White House or out of the secured area and keeping it declassifies it. There's an argument for that. Whether it's right or wrong, we will see. But there's an argument for it. January 6th, what did he do wrong in January 6th? Question things. Okay. And then the whole Stormy Daniels thing and all that. It's really all this is real big nothing.
You know what it was? Steve, don't give me this breaking law bullshit.
Huh?
He pulled open a curtain and let all of us see. The regular people look at what these assholes are doing. Fake news, fake this.
Are you talking about the shower curtain where he had the country's most sensitive secrets?
Oh, you mean no? What about the Biden doesn't bother you? But Biden doesn't bother you?
Right.
They all take documents home.
Yeah, that's true. They all take documents home.
They all take. Hey, hold on. Were we in better shape now than when Trump was in? Are you happy with what's going on? You and your
of course he is. He is happy with what's going on now.
Project, but mind you, the biggest hypocrites, you guys were going after him for Russian collusion and tax evading. That's what you guys were doing. All your people, you were the only one that was innocent. The rest of them were perverted. One of them was a Russian agent. One of them owes $390,000 in a tax lien in his house, and the other guy went to court from American Express for not paying his $30,000 tax bill. You guys are the biggest hypocrites. The biggest hypocrites. You guys hate the man. You guys just hate the man. But the policies and what he did for this country, I'm happy. Listen, it didn't have to be him, Steve. It could have been a fucking turtle. He woke us up. He told people, hey, look at this curtain. Look at what these assholes are doing. Fake news, and it's all bullshit. And he sacrificed it all for us. Plain and simple, Steve. Say what you want. Say what you want. You're talking to a veteran that whole family fought for this country, and my parents are immigrants, and I'm a New Yorker. For you to compare those two is fucking asinine. The only girl that died was a veteran. The Capitol Police shot her. You said bludgeoning? Who died on January 6th? Who died?
Well, we have multiple suicides.
That doesn't count. No, fuck you. That doesn't count. Okay. No. Suicides? Really? You're going to count suicides? People that take their own life? Has nothing to do with January 6th. And what did they commit suicide over? Like what? Like, did they commit suicide because people came into the Capitol and rioted? So then in the BLM riots, people commit suicide? Like, this is asinine.
Hey, give me multiple on January 6th in the Capitol. Who died? I'm passionate because I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth, Steve. You're the one. You were cussing and talking shit. You're not going to do that shit with me. Sorry,
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, go ahead.
You are sitting here lying to millions of people.
What did he lie about? What has he lied about? You lied
about what happened on January 6th.
I'm lying.
Which was an attack on the country
incited
by the president. Why?
Look, you just lied. What incitement? He said be peaceful. Obey law and order. I'm just questioning the legitimacy of this election, but be peaceful. Don't riot. Don't kill no one. Like what incitement?
Watch the fucking.
Why
video.
is he in jail for inciting violence?
He will be soon.
Is that the
No, he won't.
Is that the
He will
video where
be.
he's like, go peaceful?
Yeah.
He's like, go in there, be peaceful.
That's
don't
what
do shit.
happened. I don't know.
You guys
And if
hate
you
the-
guys,
Yeah, you don't know.
you guys don't seem to be a whack job like this guy.
Yeah, I'm a whack
But
job.
you know what it is though, Steve. You know what it is. So for me, I want to respect the voter, and I think there are millions, if not tens, who feel like he does. I think
I don't give a fuck how he feels, and this is
And I don't give a
important,
fuck how you feel.
And this is
Period.
important. This is important because you can watch the video. You can watch
You mean the video of the police waving people in, saying, "Come on in"? That video?
the video. You can watch the actual video of the insurrectionists.
That's not a fucking insurrection, you fucking idiot. Like, this was not an insurrection. Stop calling it insurrection.
Attacking the Capitol.
They didn't attack the Capitol. They went into a
It
building.
happened.
They attacked the Capitol. Okay.
Can I just weigh in on one thing? You guys are both wrong and you're both right. Let me explain.
What?
Both days are horrible days in American history. We're comparing what's worse of a tragedy when they're both horrible tragedies.
No. January 6th isn't. This guy's a fucking stupid. January 6th wasn't a tragedy. It's been made into a tragedy over some false bullshit to indict Donald Trump. Okay? If say Joe Biden was president on January 6th, they wouldn't be calling this an incitement or a riot. No, because it wasn't. It wasn't an insurrectionist. It wasn't a tragedy. It was a bunch of people went into a building and took some funny photos. Okay, it wasn't a tragedy. Like, Ashley Babbitt dying, that's a tragedy. That's one instant. But it's not a tragedy. It was just some fucking idiots going into a goddamn building, taking some funny photos. 9/11 is a tragedy. This wasn't an insurrection. It wasn't anything like that. There was no plan to hold the Capitol. There was no way to, actually, do anything of any real consequences. Like nothing.
So who's right, who's wrong? You're right more symbolically. Correct. This is an attack on
No, he's not right at all. Not even symbolically. He's not right.
our democracy, the peaceful transfer of power. Talking
He's
about
saying it
Hold on.
didn't happen.
No. What?
No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying it didn't happen. He's saying that
She's wrong.
He's saying it
What he
didn't
is
happen.
saying.
Wait,
Hold
I
on.
said,
No.
When
Hear
the
me
hell
out.
did I deny that?
First of
Hear
all,
me out.
here's a question for you.
Hear me-
yeah, he never denied it. He never said January 6th never happened. What? This guy's a fucking idiot. Steven Schmidt's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
No, hang on
He's
a
saying-
second.
he's
Listen to
saying
me.
that
No,
was-
hang on a second.
Yeah.
You're the judge of this.
Can I
You're
give my,
you're
can I
the
give my
judge of this
opinion?
to say he's wrong or he's
And I
wrong.
said, hold on, did I say it didn't? I said people weren't there. You said attack.
Yeah.
I said they were there. They were protesting.
You said it was a.
I didn't say it was
tour.
attack. No.
You
I
said it
was
was a tour.
No. I
You
said it looked like a guiding tour. I
It
said
didn't look like a guided tour to me.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, what's a tour?
What channel were you watching? CNN, MSNBC. I
God,
was
you-
watching shit
You
undercover cameras.
are a
Yeah, yeah.
five-star
Benny,
whack job, man.
No, Steven Schmidt, you're the whack job. You compare January 6th to 9/11. You're the whack job.
Where Vinny is
Unbelievable.
right and wrong was
He's completely wrong.
where I agree with what people say is by definition, a lot of people would say that it wasn't literally a insurrection.
It's not an insurrection. Not literally, not figuratively. It was not an insurrection.
Was it a riot? Was it
No!
Was it a violent protest?
It was an insurrection
No.
aimed at stopping.
How would they have stopped it? Explain to me how they would have stopped it. Because the Congress people were evacuated before they, none were captured. None were even close to being captured. You can't even trust AOC's like, where is she kind of fucking bullshit that she talked about because she wasn't even near the building. No, not congressman. Sorry. No senator was captured. No senator had any threat of being captured. Guess what? If they could, let's say that January 6 people captured the Capitol building. All right. Guess what could have happened? The senators could have gone to a different fucking building and done the vote there. I don't believe there's anything in the Constitution that says that if the vote doesn't happen in the Senate building, it doesn't count.
The certification of the election constitutionally prescribed on January 6th. That's the purpose of it.
No, you can't prescribe motive. Wasn't the purpose of it. The purpose of it was to protest the what they viewed as an unfair election.
You can argue over semantics. Is that's what I think?
It's not. It's not. It's no.
What point are you making?
We're not.
Adam's making no fucking point. He's a fucking idiot.
It's not semantics.
I would love to make my fucking point.
Go ahead. Let's see what it is.
If I can finish my
For once, make your point. Hurry up.
For once. So the point is, both days were piece of shit, fucking horrible days.
No, it wasn't. Stop, you fucking idiot. It wasn't a horrible day. Like the death of Ashley Babbitt was terrible. Yes, any deaths were horrible. I agree with that. But the day itself wasn't tragic because it's completely different. Like this wasn't an insurrection. But at best, it's a protest. And guess what? They were warned about, something might be happening. They denied having National Guard, extra security, and all that. That's all been fucking shown at this point. The former Capitol Police Chief has come out and said, "Yeah, we talked." Pretty sure Nancy Pelosi said no to National Guard. One was attack where thousands of people fucking died, and that was the intent. The intent behind January 6th wasn't to kill people. It was to protest what they viewed as an unfair election.
It was not just a guided tour. That it was a violent act of
it was
complete absurdity. It wasn't a guided tour, but at the same time, I don't think many people think that it was an actual insurrection. It was a horrible day in American history.
I disagree. No,
it was not a tour through.
The BLM riots were far more horrible than January 6th because nothing was accomplished at all in January 6th at all. One person died on the day that was killed by Capitol Police. And look, maybe a guided tour was like bad choice of words, but in the beginning, they were let in. And they went around, took some funny pictures, and then all of a sudden a riot broke out.
Through the Capitol. It was horrible. But at the same time, you have to understand millions of Americans are going to see what you said about 9/11 and be shell-shocked by the ramifications of what you're saying. So this is what I'm saying, that you're both right and wrong. And
Adam, you're a fucking idiot.
Millions of Americans will understand perfectly what I'm saying.
Yeah, what you're saying is you're a fucking idiot is what you're saying.
Like millions of Americans sadly are abused by people like you who have a platform and communicate misinformation like you just did. You said that this was a guided tour as opposed to a violent attack.
It wasn't a violent attack.
You are one of the people through your conspiracies who is poisoning the discourse and the ability of people to tell reality.
No, that's you. You're using January 6th as a way to go after Donald Trump. You're not using it as anything else than to go after Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because you're ignoring the fact that Donald Trump kept saying, be peaceful, obey the law, etc., 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 go home. All of these things, you're ignoring this part and just using your part to blame Donald Trump. That's all you're doing.
Say for the record, you're completely, absolutely, totally full of fucking shit.
Yeah.
When you say
I say what?
When you say that was anything other, when that was anything other than an insurrection.
Go use your microphone.
It wasn't an insurrection, you fucking idiot.
Say whatever I want because I'm an American.
By the way, reasonable question for you.
Yeah.
Reasonable question for you. What was and Adam? Here's a question for you. You said violent protest. You used those words
twice. I said violent twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said J6 is violent.
Yes.
Was BLM protest violent?
So we're going to go to a separate topic.
I'm questioning for you.
Yes, it was violent.
What's more violent, J6 or BLM riots?
BLM riots
went out of business. So how many businesses were trashed during J6?
But now I have to defend BLM.
You do because you used the word violent.
They were both violent.
No.
Just like 9/11
no, it's not.
was also a horrible day.
That's not how.
Just like January 6th.
No, that's not how
There's
it works.
levels. So
That's not how
only
this
one
works.
can be violent
No,
when the
it's
other
not.
one can't.
It's not. No,
Why?
no.
Why
So
can't
January
you
6th was
understand?
peaceful, and
have
only
to-
BLM was violent. I got it.
What is the difficulty in understanding that one of them was an attack on a very specific place on a very specific day?
The BLM riots were an attack on a very specific city on a very specific day, and there were several of them. What are you fucking talking about?
With a very specific function taking place on that day.
What function did January 6th place? Like,
that had everything to do with the peaceful transition of power.
look, an unpeaceful transfer of power would have been Donald Trump calling in the troops and refusing to transfer power. You fucking moron. That is an unpeaceful transfer of power. A bunch of people going to a building and going in and taking funny pictures would not have prevent the peaceful transfer of power, because the senators who were certifying the electoral votes could have gone to a different building and still done it.
Which is foundational to how the country.
I just want to know, I'm not going to look it up because I know there's something. Where in the Constitution does it say certification has to take place in the Senate building? Where does it say that? Okay. Does it prevent the Senate? Does it prevent senators from certifying the election from anywhere else but the Senate building? If the answer is there isn't none, this wasn't an attempt to prevent the peaceful transfer of power, because they could have gone to a different fucking building and done the fucking vote.
Functions. That's why.
And it had, and no politician was there, and there was no military force, there was no coup done, none of that. It was just a group of people with one that was on one side of the aisle that went there, but they had no connection with any politician, and they didn't even try to hold the building.
Now we're talking different issues.
Right. So if there's a riot in Cleveland, and 500 businesses are burned down,
and a bunch of people killed,
that is a threat to the economy in Cleveland, but not American democracy.
American democracy was not threatened by the January 6th protests.
If you assault the Capitol on the day that the Congress is
okay, I can't remember if it was Congress or the Senate, whoever was trying to oh no, Congress is part of the Senate.
An election to begin the process that will culminate on the 20th with the transfer, they have nothing to do with each other.
No, they have a lot to do with each other.
The attack,
the more people died on BLM, and one person died on January 6th. And again, nothing that happened on January 6th would have prevented the peaceful transfer of power. No senators were captured. They were held hostage. Okay. The vice president the vice president who certifies, or however, I can't even remember the fucking term, wasn't captured and prevented from handing down, certifying the electoral votes. No one was prevented from doing the electoral votes. The building was just broken into.
Back on the 6th was incited.
How was it incited? Where was Donald Trump saying, go and take the Capitol, go take it, hold it so we won't lose this election? Where?
By one of the 44 people in the history of the country who's raised his hand and swore the 35-word oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Period. It was the most grotesque.
No, it wasn't.
betrayal,
No, it wasn't.
abdication of presidential responsibility.
No, it
in
wasn't.
American history.
No, it wasn't. You fucking idiot.
Constitutionally disqualifies him.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Office ever again.
No, it does. This guy has no idea what he's talking about. It doesn't prevent him anything. He's talking about, was it the 14th Amendment? That if you were treasonous against the United States, that you can no longer run for office. No, it wasn't. Those were that amendment was used for very specific Civil War. Confederate individuals, and there were still plenty of Confederates that still ran for office and still occupied an office of power. So you don't have any idea what you're talking about.
How could anybody look at what happened? Look at what happened. It was a tour? How fucking dare you?
You didn't see the shaman getting guided?
How fucking dare you compare 9/11 to January 6th, you fucking moron.
Around? Mr. The guy was supposed to be this crazy wild man. They were okay. Here's my question. What, Steve? How do you explain the countless FBI agents in plain uniform that Congress won't even tell us how many?
Because it didn't happen.
Oh yeah. Oh no. And
It didn't happen.
Ray
led the
Epps.
violent insurrection.
Oh yeah. By the way, what do you? Let me see this. You guys saw that? Go back to that video. Could you show this video? People are fucking rotting in jail for 30 years.
Yeah, 'cause
okay,
they're
for
criminals.
doing this shit.
For doing what? What criminals?
Okay,
What does that look like
that's
to you?
one video,
Look at the
Vinny.
violence. I don't give
Vinny,
a shit.
just because you're yelling doesn't mean you're right.
No, it doesn't matter.
That's
Shut up, Adam. You're a fucking idiot.
one piece of video.
Yeah,
Why don't
There's several videos of police waving them in, saying, "Come on in. It's all good."
we show the hours of footage
Yeah,
of them
Tucker
breaking-
Carlson.
breaking down
Look,
Tucker.
okay.
What do we got here? We got Tucker
who
Carlson.
Oh, look.
Who got shot?
Police here.
We got a guy-
Police
we
here.
got
Look,
Tucker
he's
Carlson.
just walking
We got a
in.
guy who's
He's
got
just
his own
walking in.
show on Russian
Ashley
TV.
Babbitt.
Look,
God
he's
rest
walking
her
in.
soul,
We got
veteran.
the
Here, there's a cop right next to him.
domestic terror.
He's going in here.
Violence. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But let's
Oh my
put
God, they're turning it up.
Let's roll
So-
the tape of the violence, though. Vinny. Okay, that's like saying there's a
And that all happened outside of the building. That didn't happen inside the building. That was outside the building.
war going on over
Adam,
here, but you have
Adam,
video of outside
Adam,
of
hold
them
on.
getting
Here's
along.
my question.
There's other videos,
wait,
Vinny.
hold on, let's go back. So you mean to tell me Donald Trump, 2016, we found this is a fact. This isn't BS. I made this up. 2016 fact. All right, the Durham report. Hillary Clinton, DNC, FBI, they all colluded to say he.
None of that's true.
No. Oh,
Yes, it is. It's 100% true because they decided that what the FBI used to investigate Trump for collusion didn't fucking happen.
all
none of it's true. So you're full of shit right now. Number one, 100% true. She paid for the dossier and did all that shit.
That's actually 100% true. That was it the Steele report? Yeah, the DNC paid for it.
100%. So wait. So Donald Trump is crazy to think that they would cheat again? Are you kidding me? You mean having the FBI
There's no evidence of voter
give me a
fraud
break. All right,
of
so
any
Durham's full of
type
shit, too.
whatsoever.
Hold on. That's a fucking lie. Just look at Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania ignored their own constitution during the 2020 election. Like they were supposed to, I can't even remember at this point, but they were supposed to do votes a certain way, and then they did it entirely different way than what's actually in the Pennsylvania Constitution, and they didn't even do the way that the Constitution says you got to do it this way.
Durham's full of
Anywhere.
shit.
Yeah, but
No, you're full of shit.
That's a
No, you got-
separate conversation.
Hold on.
Adam, shut up. You shouldn't be in this conversation. You have no idea what you're talking about.
By the way, and the hypocrisy for you guys to talk
You have any
shit,
good
the
videos
Lincoln
from
Project
January 6th?
was comprised of all the same shit that you guys accused Trump of. That's the fucking funny part. You guys are all full of shit. Your whole crew was tax evading, Russian foreign agent, money scandaling fucking people, and we're supposed to what? Believe you guys were making money. Where's all that money? Where's all the money? And I'm fucking crazy? You didn't vet none of those people? You didn't vet none of them? No, none of these people.
Yeah, he's got nothing. He's got nothing on that.
Ones that point.
Now, look, I don't know anything about Lincoln Project, so I'm taking his fucking word on it. But yeah, this Schmidt guy knows what he's talking about.
The ones that go, hey, look at Trump tax guy, Russia guy. It was you guys.
Wasn't me.
It's you. Oh, you're innocent. You're 100%.
Oh, wait. Hold on. You're saying the founder, the leader, is innocent of whatever the tax evasion, Russian agent shit that his people were doing. So would be Donald Trump then, because he didn't do anything. He was the leader, but he kept saying, "Be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful." So if you're innocent, Donald Trump's innocent. There we go.
Pay my taxes.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to find? You want to find some fucking guy? You know what you are?
An American patriot.
You're
That's
a whack
why.
job.
Yeah, I'm a whack job.
You're a whack job.
Let me guess. Yeah, right. Yeah. Dismiss conspiracy. No, the truth fucking hurts and doesn't care about your feelings. Period. I'm sorry.
I'm
not delusional
what
about
he's saying about the peaceful tour of the Capitol, which I fully disagree with.
What are you talking about? Tour is a bad word, but it was fairly peaceful until like a certain time, and all that unpeacefulness was outside.
But
It's not an opinion. It's not an opinion.
It isn't.
He's a liar. He's a liar.
You're a liar. You said there's no voter fraud. That's a bullshit lie.
He's lying into the camera about a violent event, saying it was people having conspiracy theories and using a Tucker Carlson thing.
Not only Tucker Carlson, Steven Crowder. He, like, when it first happened, Steven Crowder presented all that footage.
I mean, I don't know what to say other than to say it's
Adam, shut up.
Right? I mean,
is why Trump is leading in the polls, because there's so many crazy whack jobs like me that are tired of your bullshit. Period.
Yeah.
America first. Look where the fuck America is right now. Where are we? Are you happy with what's happening right now?
Yeah, of course he is. That's a dumb question. He's happy. Absolutely.
This country? Are you genuinely happy with what's happening in the country?
Yes.
Border wide open, inflation, all the bullshit that's happening, all the violence, all the smash and grabs, all the shit. You're happy?
Yes, he is.
I think three things. I genuinely think you're a whack job.
God bless you too. Thank you so much.
It's a great way to like try and defeat his points. He didn't really defeat his points except just call him a whack job. That's all he did really, is like, you're a whack job. That's all he did to try and defeat his points. He didn't really do anything to say, hey, you're incorrect and this is why you're incorrect. All he said pretty much was, you're just a whack job.
I think you're ignorant.
Okay, thank you.
Ignorant, okay.
And
I think you have nothing to say because you know that I'm right.
Yeah, exactly. 100% behind you, dude.
Trump wins again, so he just lives in your head.
So he can kill me?
No,
kill the chairman of the Joint Chiefs?
Because I want you to wake up every morning and go, I want you to wake up every morning and go,
What? What? Like, this looking project, dude, it clearly shows that he's an idiot.
I want you to cry like all the people that cried when he made America dope. It's people like you that are dividing us. All right. I don't give a shit about personality. I want policy. I want to live in a safe fucking country. All right. I want the border to be secure. I want the economy to be killing. All right. I don't want people like you.
I don't know.
Like,
you seem
he's a boogeyman.
You seem a little rattled to me.
Not at all, bro. I'm on point all day.
See, like, look. Maybe you don't like. What's this guy's name? Sorry. Hold on, just real quick, because I want to say his name correctly. Oh shit. Okay. Because I have the name down in. Okay, so. Oh, fuck, what was I saying? So, you can say Vince O'Shea's, aggressive, angry. What the fuck? What made me about to say something? Hold on.
A safe fucking country. All right.
Okay, hold on.
I want the border to be secure. I want the economy to be killing. All right. I don't want people like you.
I don't know.
Like,
You seem
he's a boogeyman.
You seem a little rattled to me.
Not at
Rattled.
all, bro. I'm on point all day.
Nice vein.
See, you can maybe disagree with how his style is, Vince O'Shana. Vince O'Shana, you may disagree how he is acting, how he's aggressive, how he's passionate, whatever you want to call it. But Steven Schmidt has no points. He compared January 6th to 9/11. Okay. He calls it a violent insurrection. Was there violence? Absolutely. But that all happened outside. Nothing that happened inside would have prevented the vote from happening. Again, I don't know anywhere in the Constitution that says it has to happen in that building. They could have gone somewhere else, done certification, boom. Okay. The certification still happened that day, I believe, or the next day. So the peaceful transfer of power he's talking about, had nothing happened. Okay. So all this guy does, Stephen Schmidt does, is ad hominem attacks. You're rattled. You're a whack job. Oh, look the vein you have. Okay. But you have no points. How dare you compare what happened on January 6th to the BLM riots? How dare you compare January 6th to fucking 9/11?
In your head.
Yeah, it's called passion.
It's vein in your
Yeah,
head.
I have passion.
What do you think about what he's asking about killing the Joint Chiefs of Staff as a veteran?
What? Has Donald Trump ever said he's going to assassinate the Joint Chief of Staff? He would have just fired him.
For it.
No, what?
For it. Kill him, right?
What do you
Kill
call
Millie?
what?
When Trump wants to kill Millie. Maybe you'll shoot him.
Where has Trump said he wants to kill Millie?
I didn't
You
hear
didn't
that.
hear it. You didn't
Have
hear
that
it?
conversation.
He just said it. He just said it.
I didn't hear
Trump
anything.
just said he wanted to kill Millie.
Where?
Him killing Millie?
When did that happen? I didn't,
Yeah,
I
it
didn't see
happened 3 days ago.
Okay, I didn't see it.
But, okay,
Headline-
Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, I can't fucking read this post because it's so goddamn. So what happened? So I'm looking what happened. So he's not actually calling for the death. He's saying, okay, so I wrote fire accusation on a social platform, True Social, taking umbrage with Millie's reported phone call with China following January 6th. Turned out to be a woke train wreck who, if the fake news reporting is correct, was actually dealing with China to give a heads up on the thinking of the president of the United States. Let's see. This is an act so egregious that in times gone by, the punishment would have been death. Okay. So what he is saying is that he's not actually calling for the death of General Milley. He's not threatening his death at all. What he's saying is the act that Milley did, which was going to China, calling them and telling them what the president was thinking, which why are you doing that? They have no business knowing what the president's thinking. What he's saying is the act he committed by informing America's enemies on the commander-in-chief's thinking is treasonous, and that act in times past the punishment would have been death. That's not calling for his act, is him to be executed. He's saying that in the past, an act like this someone would have been put to death. That is treasonous. Like this is just classic. Well, we're just gonna sensationalize shit. He didn't actually call for the death of General Milley. He's just saying the act he did would be considered treasonous, and that punishment would have been death. which is 100% factual. He's not actually saying, when I'm president, I'm going to execute General Milley. All right. So speaking of actual insurrectioning, and I'm using that hyperbole. I don't think this was an actual insurrection. But this was definitely an attempt to delay a vote. Democratic Representative Jamal Bowman, this says allegedly committed a felony by pulling a firearm. That fire alarm, that's a lie. There's video of him actually doing it, and we'll see if this video actually does it. I remember seeing a video of him actually doing it. Oh no. Okay, so this is just the alarm. Okay, this was fucking useless. Okay, so this wasn't allegedly. He did pull the alarm. It's been confirmed he pulled the firearm. Okay, so all right, so there's this photo here. This is from Ed Christian. He's some political journalist. So this photo isn't of Jamal getting arrested. This was from that fake January 2020 shit where they pretended to be arrested for protesting or some shit like that. The official word from Congressman Jamal Bowman's office is that Congressman Bowman did not realize he would trigger a building alarm as he was rushing to make an urgent vote. The congressman regrets any confusion. Hold on. Now, I just want to say this. All right, so Bowman did in fact pull a firearm. This is fire alarm. This has been confirmed. If true, there should be some tips, whatever. So I just want to show you that what the congressman's staff is saying is bullshit. Right here, it doesn't see him rushing it. This shows him trying to pulling the fucking firearm. So there we go. All right. All right. So this was this guy's comment, and then someone. Okay. So it's his comment, and this was another person. Of course, there should be. Can you explain how this is not the exact same thing they charged January 6 rioters with interfering in the government's business, preventing the government from fulfilling its duties? Now, this is his response. His response is he's part of Congress. So if we're going to charge him with obstructing congressional or administrative procedures, 18 U.S.C.1505, then every congressperson who delayed the certification of the election in 2021 should be too. I would argue that the way the law is written seems like both instances could be charged under the statute, but my guess is they wouldn't hold up in court because they are part of the body they obstruct. Now, the difference is, and I don't know, it depends on how they were delaying the certification of the election. The difference is whether they were doing a criminal act to prevent it. If by delaying they were arguing against it, they were filibustering, that's all legal to do. You're legally able to filibuster and delay a vote that way, etc. It depends on how they were delaying the certification. If you go and pull a fire alarm, which is illegal, then That's completely different. Just because you're part of a body doesn't mean you can illegally pull a fire alarm and prevent what doesn't mean you can obstruct the congressional administrative business. If you're doing it legally, then absolutely, and he shouldn't be charged. But if you do something illegal to prevent the vote, then that should be charged. So then this was Brandon Straka. He's a media person, apparently. Ed Krasstein believes that Jamal Bowman should not be charged with a crime for falsely pulling a firearm, which is a crime on its own, to obstruct an official proceeding, another crime, because he's a member of Congress. And at Ed Carson, whatever, believes that doing this is no different than a debate on a congressional floor, which is literally the purpose of having a Congress. Yes, exactly. If they were if the certification delay was done because they were debating it and they were doing all that, that's a completely different than committing a criminal act to prevent it. This is why we now have a weaponized justice system. Liberals literally don't think that they're capable of committing a crime because they've decided that their own actions are never criminal. However, since it's predetermined that you and I are fundamentally bad people for being conservatives, it's okay to charge us with manufactured crimes, if whatever. So yeah, this guy's Ed Carson is a fucking idiot. There's a completely difference between debating and filibustering whatever to prevent a vote than going and committing an illegal act, which is pulling a firearm to delay a vote. It's completely different. Now, this is apparent. I don't think this is the same day. This next video, it was a different day, but this was him or Jamal Bowman arguing with another congressperson. And I recognize him. I just don't remember the guy's name. So watch this.
Allows teachers to carry.
Carry guns? Would you more guns lead to more death?
That's wrong.
More guns lead to more death. Look at the data. You're not looking at any data.
You're not looking at the data.
You're carrying.
So they do this in public in front of everyone. He's talking very calmly, and this guy's just screaming at him.
Look at the data. More guns lead to more deaths.
Less guns actually equals more deaths, because when you have less ability to defend yourself, people go after you and try and kill you.
States that have open carry laws have more deaths.
Okay, gun deaths. Ooh, there we go. Perfect. Let's get into this. Gun deaths. Is he talking deaths by going and murdering someone, or is he talking deaths as in self-defense? Suicides. Accidental. Is that what he's talking about? That's what he's talking about. He's lopping him in. That's what he's talking about. The more deaths he's talking about is self-defense. I can never do this right. Self-defense, suicides, accidents. Those make up a majority of the gun deaths. The murder, which is the one that they all conflate with, is someone going out and actually committing a homicide with a gun, is a lot lower than self-defense, suicides, and then I think accidentals is actually less than actual gun deaths, but suicides and self-defense are far higher than actual murder. This guy doesn't read the data. He just reads the talking points.
States that have open carry laws have more deaths. Are you listening to what I'm saying? Calm down, children are dying.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. He's just using children to try and propagate his point. He doesn't give a fuck about children. Because if you look at that, schools that have armed security don't have any school shootings. Why? Because the school shooter doesn't want to get killed. If you look at, I can't remember which one. There's one school shooting that the guy went to one place, saw there was security. I don't even think the security was armed, but he saw security, and then went to a different place, school entirely.
9-year-old children. The solution is not arming arming teachers.
Yes, it is. The solution is actually arming teachers if they want to be armed. That's a great solution. That would prevent far more deaths than it would at all.
Have you ever worked in a school? Have you ever worked in a school? Have you ever worked in a school?
Allows teachers to carry.
And so you can tell that this guy's just, a moron. More guns equals more deaths. What deaths are we talking about? Are we talking about actual murder? Because that's a lie. Because it's far more suicides. All right. So now after looking and seeing what Trump said about General Milley, let's look at this. Oh, and guys, check out Coffee Brand Coffee. There's my coupon code right there. And then you can use my referral code right there. I've talked about it a bunch. Check out Coffee Brand Coffee. It's a delicious coffee company that you can enjoy. But check it out. Yeah. That's my preferred coffee company. All right. Trump suggests shooting shoplifters during California GOP speech. There must be retribution for theft, Trump said. All right. Let's see what he actually says. Former President Trump said he would use federal enforcement assets to prevent shoplifting and theft during a California GOP speech on Friday. Trump addressed the California GOP during a Friday luncheon where he discussed ideas to restore law and order in Golden State cities like Oakland, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Yeah, it's dumb. Okay. Because that has nothing to do with actual. It requires the changing of the leaders in California. Then sending more money is not going to fix the problem. It requires people to actually do something about it. All right. Trump said that if elected, he would do everything in his power, including sending as many federal assets as required to restore safety and peace for cities that have been what he called a breakdown of law and order. We will immediately stop all of the pillaging and theft. Trump said very simply, if you rob a store, you can fully expect to be shot as you're leaving that store. Shot. Former president also said we have the greatest law enforcement in the world and that they know what to do, but they aren't allowed to do anything because of incompetent politicians. The word that they shoot you will get out within minutes, and our nation within one day will be an entirely different place, Trump said. There must be retribution for theft and destruction and ruination of our country, he added. Trump comes as the former president runs to take the Republican presidential nomination and a robust field of candidates. Trump holds a commanding lead in early GOP primary polls. Former president's speech in California came after the second GOP presidential primary debate in Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley, California. Trump did not participate Wednesday. No. Okay. I don't agree with Trump on this. I don't think you should be shot for stealing. I think you should be arrested and charged with a crime and put in jail, but you shouldn't be shot. I think he's just trying to. I think what he's doing, I don't agree with it, but he's basically appealing to what other people think, because a lot of people are getting pissed off about people getting away with robbing, stealing, and committing theft on various businesses and no consequences. And, they'll express the sentiments of like, shoot all these fuckers. And again, I don't think that's, the right sentiment. We should just be requiring that the law be enforced and people that steal should be put in jail. If you're stealing from a business, you should be put in jail. You shouldn't be shot, but you should definitely be put in jail. And I think, what Trump is doing, and I think he shouldn't be doing this, but Trump does what Trump does. But what he's doing is just appealing to every person that's sick and tired of watching people get away with stealing. And, everyone expresses that, that thought of, these people need to be shot for stealing. But I don't think they actually mean it. I think they're just frustrated with what's happening, and they just want law and order to be restored, not to just let everyone do what they keep wanting to do. So there's that. So, he did actually say that. So good job, Fox News, for reporting. Well, I guess I don't know that because I didn't watch the video, but I believe Trump doing that, honestly, because he can be dumb sometimes. All right, so we're gonna skip over the next topic because this next one's gonna be really short, and then this last one's kind of probably take a little longer. So we're gonna look at this. So this happened in Seattle. This teen was arrested as part of a violent home invasion crew. And let's see what he says. And this shows, again, this is showing what leftist policies, what entitlement it causes criminals. So here we go.
Can't get house arrest? You let people out who shoot at people get house arrest.
Why not letting you out?
Why not?
Why not? Maybe you should ask us some line up. Why not?
Can't get.
Okay. So you can't get, he says, I can't get house arrest. You let people out who shoot people get house arrest. Why can't I get house arrest? Or yeah, and then you let people out who shoot people get house arrest. And he's like, well, I'm not letting you out. And he says, why not? Well, ask your attorney. That's what it is. So that's a sense of entitlement, because that's what's happening in Seattle, where people can go and commit crimes, shoot people, and then get out next day. People are very frustrated about it. But then now it's a sense of entitlement where a guy who committed crimes like, wait, I'm staying in jail. Why won't you put me on house arrest? You let everyone else go on house arrest. So I just wanted to show that clip because it's just is showing what leftist policies, what sense of entitlement it gives people. All right, here we go. So this is the main video that I wanted to show. So this delivery driver is being quote unquote pranked by a YouTuber, and he ends up shooting the guy, pleads not guilty, and he's been acquitted of the charges. So he found not guilty by a jury. So let's watch the video.
What? Quit thinking about my twinkle.
What's that?
Quit thinking about my twinkle.
This guy continues to back away. Which one?
Quit thinking about my twinkle.
All right. So I'm going to do it without sound because it's fucking loud as hell. Well, I got to do a little sound because he actually says some shit. So this guy here, the guy in the white hat, as you can see, he's approaching this delivery driver. The delivery driver's like not really interacting, he's staring at him, very confused, and everything. Okay.
What's that?
And he goes, "What does that thing mean?" And I don't even know what the fucking thing he says. He's like, "Twinkle." That's what I'm hearing from his little phone shit. He's clearly backing away. This guy keeps going after, and this is going from a self-defense. He's not interacting. He's staring at him, very confused. This guy keeps approaching him, shoving his phone in his face, and he keeps back. This is the delivery driver here. He keeps backing away. The delivery driver keeps backing away. Now he says, "Stop it! Move his phone away. Leave me alone." Basically, he says, "Stop." He says, "Stop" again. The guy keeps approaching him, and then he shoots him. Okay, so he's not interacting with him. He's backing away repeatedly, and he's saying, "Stop." The guy keeps approaching him, and that's when he finally fires. So that's the basic gist of it. And he was acquitted of these charges, and I think it's the correct decision. Because this guy has no idea what's going on. It's a very weird thing to be going. And I understand the dude's a YouTube prankster and shit, but he keeps approaching it. The guy kind of looks like confused and maybe a little scared. I want to look at this. Okay, this happened in Virginia. Okay, so I guess we will make this more accurate. He was convicted on one and acquitted on the other. So what was the one he was? I'm very confused on what charge he was. So, okay, I don't know what. So they delivered a verdict. They acquitted him on one, and then they convicted him on another. His attorney said the conviction on the firearms charge is inconsistent with the law, given Cole's acquittal on self-defense grounds. He asked the judge to set aside the conviction. A judge will hear arguments on the issue at a hearing next month. So they found, what I'm getting from this is they found one charge that he acted in self-defense, but convicted him on another. And then the judge is saying that the defense counsel is saying, like, well, I mean, if he's found acting in self-defense on one charge, then he can't be convicted on the other, because that's how it generally works with self-defense. Is if you find him acting in self-defense for the shooting, then you got to find him innocent on everything. That's how it generally works. So I have no idea, but you know, I think I think he should be acquitted, because this guy, he looks very confused. You could say he's even scared. He continues to retreat back away. This guy continues to approach him, shoving his phone in his face, acting very strangely and suspiciously. He's asked him to stop 3 different times, and then the guy keeps approaching him and pulls out a firearm. And let's not. Okay, hold on. I closed it. I shouldn't have closed it. Let's see. So let's not get it twisted. Oh, and apparently the Google Translate said, "Hey, dipshit, stop looking at my twinkle," or whatever. I don't know. So there's also a fairly, distinct height difference as well. The guy's clearly a lot larger than the delivery driver. He's walking away, and this guy keeps approaching him. So, one could argue that he was reasonably in fear of his life, just based off the height difference. The guy keeps advancing on him, putting his phone. He's acting in a very strange manner. So, hey, but we'll see. So there you go. That's my show for the day. I hope you all enjoyed it. Took a lot longer than I thought, honestly. I thought I'd spend like 30 minutes on the PBD podcast. Adam Sosnick proves that he continues to be a fucking idiot. Even Patrick Bet David's like, dude, what are you fucking talking about? Steve Schmidt is a fucking idiot. That was clear. He had no arguments at all to Vincent Oshana. He had really no arguments against him. He was just saying, you're angry, you're a wacko, you're disturbed. That's all his arguments basically levied against. He didn't really argue any of his points, except calling him a nut and a conspiracy theory. That's all he ever really said to him. So, and all the other stuff, whatever. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I had a wonderful time talking about it. Make sure to like the video. Follow me on the Rumble. I was going to say something else. Like me on Rumble. Make sure Friday. I do plan on Friday to stream the new Assassin's Creed game, and I will be doing a big stream on Saturday. So make sure you check out my video on my Rumble channel, Gaming with Ghost. That's rumble.com/Gaming with Ghost. You'll be able to find me there, no problem. So, check me out there and give me a follow. Make sure you follow my Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at @officialwghost. That you can find out when I'm going live and or when a video is dropping, etc. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you, again, like and subscribe. I hope you have a good day. Peace out. See you later.